Namaste, yogis. I'm Carter, and today is our 7th practice of our 8-day spring cleaning series. And today we're going to plant the seeds of a thought or an energetic pattern that we would like to embody. So let's get to our mat. All right, yogis, let's start on our back. We're going to lower all the way down, and we're going to bend our knees so we bring the soles of the feet to the floor. And we're going to take our left hand to our heart, and we're going to take our right hand, we're going to put it right on top of the left hand. We're going to draw our chin down just a little bit, and we're going to soften our lower back. Give yourself a nice big inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Bring your awareness to your back body and the bottoms of your feet. So all the parts of the body resting on the earth as well as the bottoms of the feet. Create some heaviness, right, as if you're going to melt and be one with the earth. And this is the first of 2 practices where we plant seeds or cultivate an idea or a thought. And this first one is about us as individuals rather than an action that we want to take or some task we want to do. So something that we want to embody. So as we lay here and we're just thinking about maybe the spring, it could be more into the summer, or maybe the rest of the year, rest of your life. What would be one thing that you'd want to embody? And that could be anything from kindness, presence, focus, creativity, some characteristic that you want to be able to cultivate. And if you can't really come up with something or you're kind of scattered all over, it's okay. Maybe it's just presence right now until something bubbles to the surface, and it can be that thing. I just want to start to narrow the focus towards one idea or thought. Give yourself a moment to be here to feel the weight of the body. You could even ask the question, what do I want this spring, summer, rest of the year? How do I want to feel? How do I want to move? What's important to me? And this practice of, let's say, manifesting this energetic pattern is the softening and surrender and just the movement. And just bringing it to our awareness over and over again. So bring your awareness to that thought or that idea. And then gently start to drop your knees a little to the right, a little to the left as the lower back starts to wake up a bit. As that lower back starts to get a little bit more malleable, let the knees go farther and farther. Maybe slow, maybe fast, it's up to you. And then once that lower back's feeling pretty good, drop the knees to the left and just stay there for a moment. If this sensation on the right side of the back and right side body is not feeling like there's enough sensation, take your left ankle and rest it on your right thigh as you invite your right knee towards the earth. For a little bit more opening through the heart and the shoulders, extend your arms nice and wide like wings and drop your chin towards your right shoulder. Start to feel the length, let's say from the right armpit down to the right hip or right glute. Through your exhalation, you're letting go, right? One of the things that we want to do when we plant seeds is we just allow ourselves the thought. I want to be present. I want to be resilient. I want to be powerful, right? And then that internal dialogue is just an affirmation. I am present, I am strong, I am creative. So give yourself a moment to create the I am statement. And then gently bring that left ankle off the thigh if it's there. Bring your knees back up to center. A little bit of movement from side to side, and then draw the thighs and knees towards the belly, chest. Little circles with the knees as you massage the lower back even more. And then bring your feet to the floor again. Move the knees right and left. And you guessed it, we're going to drop the knees to the right. So allow them to just soften, get a sense of the sensation on this side, which may be completely different. Option is taking the right shin on the left thigh as you invite that left knee towards the floor. It may not touch, and that's okay. Arms open up nice and wide as you open up through the chest and shoulders, and chin drops towards the left shoulder as we open up a little bit through the neck. Inhaling, say to yourself, I am. Exhaling that word or phrase that supports that energetic pattern or thought that supports you. I am beautiful. I am smart. I am funny. I am connected. I am forgiving. Whatever you want to plant, now's the chance. And these practices that we've been doing, they support one another into a fertile foundation that'll let those seeds grow. And if you happen to be in this practice, you're always welcome to go through these practices in any order. They can stand on their own as well. Right ankle off the left thigh. Bring the knees back up to center. Move those knees a little bit from side to side. And then take your hands by your side body as you lift your hips up. And then maybe lift the mid back. You can come up a little bit higher into bridge pose. And you can either interlace your fingers behind your back, or maybe the palms swivel up or down, whatever variation works. And then lengthen through the spine. Keep rooting through the tops of the shoulders and the feet as you feel that groundedness. One more deep full breath here. And then exhale, slowly lower the hips. Windshield wiper knees side to side. And when the lower back's feeling pretty malleable, bring the knees towards the belly chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then slide your hands inside the legs. Grab the shins or maybe the bottoms of the feet. And then come into happy baby. So the ankles come up over the knees. And then maybe you pull enough where the tailbone comes off the ground and you widen the legs and rock a little side to side. And then check in. Is the thought or the idea or the energetic pattern still resonating with you? And you always have an opportunity to change it. Like if you come up with an idea and then halfway through practice you're like, no, you know what, I want to change that. And you do, you change it, right? We're changing every moment, so that makes sense that it may change. All right, release your feet, draw your knees towards your belly chest, squeeze, rock front to back, and give yourself about 4 or 5 rocks. Give yourself a little bit more momentum. And your first challenge of this practice is maybe you come up to Malasana or yogi squat without using your hands. Whoa. All right. In Malasana yogi squat, your feet are about hips distance apart. You roll your toes out. Heels are up or down. It all depends on how your hips are doing. And then the hands either to the floor if your balance is a little funky today, or you can bring your hands to heart center as you lengthen through the spine. Belly draws up and in, heart is lifting, shoulders down and away from the ears. A little bit of movement to get a sense of where your edges are, and that's the sensation within the body. And maybe a little manipulation to make sure that your hips are nice and low. And then we're going to do a little twist, and I'm going to give you a lot of options, so you're going to stop when you feel like it's enough. First option, right shoulder drops inside right knee, and they're going to press against one another. The left hand finds the left knee, and you're going to press a little bit away, and you're going to twist the torso. So the heart is coming up towards the ceiling. You can lift the chin. This may be plenty. You can stay right here. I can feel it definitely in the lower back, a little bit in the belly. If you're looking for a little bit more in the front of the right shoulder, you can straighten the right elbow so that tricep is in front of the right shin. And the more you twist, the more you're going to feel in the shoulder and the bicep. You got some more options. Left arm could reach up. Left elbow can bend. Back of the hand can find the lower back or around the right hip. And then if you're super ambitious, you can try the bind. So you're going to internally rotate that right arm. And so the bicep is on the right shin. And then you're going to search for those fingers. But wherever you are, You're trying to lift the heart, drop the hips, and lengthen through the spine. Give yourself a big inhale and say to yourself, I am. That word or phrase that inspires you, that feeds that need to cultivate. Exhale, let it all go. Hands down, come onto your toes, tuck your chin, and then very slowly lift the hips and straighten the knees. Swivel your heels out so it's a little bit of a wide leg forward fold. And then you're just going to bend right knee, bend left knee, just sway your hips and tuck your chin. Soften the shoulders, relax the head, and then we're going to interlace our fingers around the back of our head. Squeeze the elbows towards the ears, soften the upper back, tuck the chin, bend and straighten the knees. Release your hands down. Walk the hands to the shins, just above the knees, mid-thigh, up to the hips. And slowly come on up. Whew. Bring those feet a little closer together. Shake it all out. The hands, the arms, the legs. Maybe a little twist if you want to. Feet are inside the hips. Hands come to heart center. Bend and straighten the knees. Inhale, arms reach up towards the ceiling. Right hand grabs right hip. Left arm reaches over left ear. So you're going to have a little pressure on that right hand to push the hip out. You're drawing the left shoulder back as you gaze up towards the ceiling. The belly and the ribs draw in, so you tuck the tailbone a smidge. And the weight is in the heels as you soften the toes. Swivel your chin towards the right shoulder. Drop your right arm down, give it a little shake. Slide your right hand behind your back. Maybe it comes around that left hip, and you're going to start to twist to the right. The gaze is underneath that right shoulder down towards your left heel, and then you're going to bend your left elbow, and you're going to cradle your head, and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. So you got a side bend, you got a heart opener front of the shoulders, and you got a twist. Super complex pose, but I know you can do it. Again, we're planting the seed, so take a nice big inhale. I am. Exhale that word or phrase. Come back to center. Arms extend up towards the ceiling. Press the palms together. Bend the elbows so the thumbs come towards the base of the neck. Interlace your fingers so you cradle the head. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart, lift your chin, lift your chest. And then squeeze the forearms towards the ears, a little bend in the knees, fold forward, tuck your chin, soften. Bend and straighten the knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Open up the elbows, lift the heart, lift the chin and chest. Swivel your palms all the way up towards the ceiling, so press the palms up. Drift your arms back. Left hand grabs left hip. Swivel your right palm to the left and extend that right arm over the right ear. So side bend the other direction. Again, we're bringing the weight to the heels. We're using that left hand for a little bit of leverage, and we're breathing the space in those right ribs. The gaze is up towards the ceiling. Another breath. And then swivel the chin towards the left shoulder so you're looking down. Drop your left arm, give it a little shake. Slide the left hand behind the back. The hand can find the waistband, or it can come all the way around the right hip. So whatever is working for you today. But you're going to press and you're going to draw that elbow back. You're going to start to twist to the left, and you're going to gaze underneath that left shoulder towards the right heel. And then you're going to take this right elbow and you're going to bend it. You're going to cradle the head, and you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. So you got that side bend, you got the twist. And you got a little bit of a heart opener. Inhale, come back to center, arms reach up, lift the gaze. Exhale, hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet out. So they're a little bit wider than the hips, but the toes roll out. And as the hands come to heart center, you're going to bend those knees nice and slowly all the way down to your malasana. So here we are again. And you guessed it, we're going to do the other side. So as you lengthen through the torso, take your left hand down, press the left shoulder into the left knee, and the left knee presses back. Draw the belly up and in, right hand to right knee, and use that for leverage for a little bit of a twist. And you may feel one side is different than the other, which is pretty normal. And you have those same options. So you can straighten the left elbow, bring the left palm down, and you could reach your right arm up. And again, you could do any of these variations as well, so maybe you don't take that hand there. Right elbow bends, back of the hand finds the lower back. Maybe you can just stay here. The bind, you can rotate that arm so the biceps around that shin. You grab the fingers and lengthen through the spine. Another breath. That's a little too much for me today, so I'm going to skip it. Keep in mind, it's not about the asana, it's about the sensation. If it ain't working, you don't do it. That's not a good way to cultivate anything, except for stress and tension. Exhale, let it all go. Right hand comes down, tuck the chin, and then slowly straighten the knees, lift the hips. Swivel let me try it again. Swivel your heels out, and then sway hips, torso. And then slowly walk your hands up your legs. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. And our arms reach up, lift the gaze. Bend the elbows, hands and elbows draw back. Swivel the palms down. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze shoulder blades, straighten the elbows. Move your head a bit. And then draw your chin towards your chest. Hinge at the waist. You go as far as you would like. The arms could come off the lower back for more sensation in the shoulders. Hang out here for a moment. Inhale, I am. Exhale, that word or phrase. Start to cultivate that idea from a cellular level. Release your arms, give them a little dangle and shake them. Inhale, come up halfway as you flatten and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, plant your hands, walk or step all the way back to the top of a push-up. And you can either lower, knees, floor, cobra, or you go halfway down through up dog. So whatever variation of movement works for you today, do that. And then exhale into down dog. Pedal feet, pedal knees, wag your tail. Start to walk your toes a little bit closer towards one another. Maybe they touch. And then just give your feet a little bounce, the legs a little bounce. Shake out the head, kind of letting everything settle into its right place. Right heel towards the ceiling. Bend your right knee and stack your right hip on top of your left hip. Gaze over the left shoulder. And then take that right knee underneath the body towards the left arm and hold there for a moment. Straighten your right knee and extend the right leg out to the left. Root down into that right hand, twist an open left arm, reaches up. All right, left hand comes down, right leg all the way back up. Bend, open, and stack. If it's in your practice, really gently and with control, flip your dog so the foot finds the floor behind you. Extend and lengthen as you open up through the heart. And as gracefully as you flipped, flip it back over. Bring your right knee towards your belly, chest. Softly step your right foot forward. Swivel your back foot, warrior one, Virabhadrasana, one arms reach up. Bend and straighten that right knee a few times. Inhaling, I am. Exhale the word or phrase. Nice twist to the left. Open up your arms, warrior two. Widen the stance just a smidge. Gaze over the right finger, and again, inhaling, I am. Exhale the word or phrase. You're going to say that until you believe it, right? Because I know how it works. It's usually like, I am powerful. You know, you just say the words. Before you know it, you're like, wait a minute, I am powerful. Why did I forget that? Drop your left arm down. Swivel your right palm up. Reach it up and over the right ear. Sink a little bit low into that right knee as you find that extension through the right ribs. And then inhale, lift the torso on up, hands to hips. Straighten the right knee. And then take this left hip, rotate it a little bit forward. What that may do, it may push your left heel back a little. And that's all right. So I want a really straight right leg. And I want you to think about this right hip drawing back. And then you're going to lean a little bit forward and extend your right arm out in front of you. So as far forward as you can. Without changing the torso, just drop your arm down. And then the back of the hand finds the leg wherever it's at. And you're going to press, and as you press, you're going to draw this left shoulder and left hip back as far as you can, and then extend the left arm straight on up. So triangle pose, but I don't care if you're off the floor. I mean, a lot of people try to get to the floor and they're kind of, this is where I would be, my hamstrings are so tight. And that ain't working, right? So you want to keep the heart open and the pelvis open. Lengthen with this right leg and engage the quadricep. And then inhale, come on up. Hands to hips. Step your left foot forward about halfway. Square the hips to the front of your mat. Interlace your fingers behind your back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Hinge at the waist so you get a sense of that right hamstring. And then you're going to stop wherever you feel like it's enough. One deep full breath. I am. Exhale that word or phrase. Release the hands. Bend the right knee enough to get the hands down. Lift your left leg off the ground. Standing splits for a moment. Draw that left knee towards the belly or the chest. See if you can kiss the knee. And then step your left foot next to your right foot. Inhale, come up halfway as you flatten and lengthen. Exhale, bend and plant, walk, step, or gently float. Top of a push-up, and your choice. Again, knees, floor, cobra, or halfway down up dog. You can skip it, go right into down dog. Maybe give yourself a yogi push-up if you need more. You're just listening to the body and moving organically in a way that feels really nice. So we're going to do the same thing other side. So the big toes come closer together. Bounce again. Just kind of get everything settled in. And the left heel towards the ceiling. Bend that left knee, stack left hip on top of right hip. And then you're going to take that left knee underneath the body towards the right arm. We're going to hold. We're going to straighten that left knee out to the right. And we're going to twist and open, right arm reaches up. You could come onto the heels if that feels good to you. Or you could be on the sides of the feet. Right hand comes down. Left leg all the way back up. Bend, open, and stack really slowly and gracefully. Left foot finds the floor behind you. And extend that left arm towards the front of the room. Feels open and available. Flip it back over, left hand down. Left knee towards the belly, chest. Step it forward. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So swivel your back foot. Arms reach up. Bend and straighten that left knee. Feel the body. Inhale, I am. Exhale, that affirmation. It's just trying to remember where we were. Right? Twist to the right, open up your arms, widen the stance, Warrior 2. And I say remember, it's because we just forget our power, our strength, our beauty, our intelligence, because we compare ourselves, which does no good. Soften the shoulders, soften the toes. Left knee presses out towards pinky toe. Awesome. Now, drop the right arm down, swivel your left palm up, reach up and over. The more you reach with your left arm, sink low into that left knee. We keep planting the seeds, right? If anybody has a garden, you are aware that you don't just plant one seed, right? We plant a bunch because we know not all of them are going to take. So we plant and we plant and we plant, and then we water and cultivate and take care of that seed. It starts to grow and we don't forget about it. We continue to nurture it until the fruits of our labor come out. And it could take some time, so patience. All right, lift the torso on up, hands to hips, straighten your left knee. And we're going to do that little rotation with the pelvis. So right hip draws a little forward, and again, may take that heel back a bit. And then we're going to draw this left hip back, right, with the pelvis. Extend the left arm nice and long out in front of you and drop that left arm down. Again, you're not trying to get anywhere. You're trying to get that good sensation in the alignment here. So right shoulder, right hip draws back as we press that left arm into the leg and extend that right arm up, right? So I can get to the floor, but when I get there, it's a little too much, right? So not necessary. You could, right? If you had a block, it's a nice thing, or maybe you can go on the outside of the ankle. It's awfully nice. But for me, that's about where I want to be, and you just search for it. And then inhale, come on up. Hands to hips. Right foot steps forward, about halfway, sorry. Interlace your fingers and the lower back, and maybe the opposite thumb comes on top. Draw the left hip back, straighten the elbows, and hinge at the waist. And again, you're stopping when you feel like it's enough. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling that word or phrase. Release your arms. Give a little shake. Bend that left knee. Hands come down. Right foot comes off the ground. Standing splits for a moment. You can internally rotate your right thigh to drop the right hip bone. And then draw that right knee towards the belly, chest. Try to kiss the knee. And then right foot steps next to left foot. Inhale, halfway up. Flatten your back, lift your chin and chest. Exhale, bend, plant, walk, step, or float. Top of a push-up, your choice through movement. Chaturanga Dandasana. Eventually ending up in down dog. Give yourself 2 breaths. And again, I know I sound like a broken record, but I want to plant all those seeds because I want that feeling, thought, energetic pattern to be with me. I am. That word or phrase, and you can always write it down when you're done with practice. Drop your knees down, cross at your ankles, roll over your feet. And then we're going to come to one little hip opener before we finish practice. So the hip opener is going to be either right shin in front of left shin in a cross-legged pose, right shin on top of left shin for double pigeon pose, or right knee on top of left knee for Gomukhasana. Whatever one's working for you today, you can try them all out. Once you find the one that works, lengthen through torso, hinge at the waist, hands come down. You can stay right here or you can move a little bit from side to side. Right? Micro adjustments, always a good idea to get a sense of the body. And then deepen the breath. And again, you're going to plant a seed each rounds of breath. Inhaling, I am. Word or phrase. Move to the next spot. Inhale, I am. Word or phrase. Plant another seed. Plant another seed. The more we plant, the more we will be, we'll have access to maybe a lot of fruit. Right? It doesn't matter if you have like an abundance of carrots. There's always room for carrots, right? Or cucumber, squash, or tomato, right? Like you can always freeze them. You can never get enough of whatever you want to cultivate. All right, inhale, come on up. Hands behind you, lean back, unfold your legs, shake them. And then left shin in front of right shin. Keep in mind right side, left side may be different. So maybe you went in Gomukhasana on one side, but the other side ain't working. So give yourself a sense of where your hips are. So left shin in front of right shin or on top or Gomukhasana. Ooh, maybe it's too much for me. Maybe that may be too much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that it's not. No. That's not a good idea. Never pretend in yoga. So I'm just going to listen to my own advice. All right, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. That's like do as I say and not as I do. That's horrible for a teacher. So inhale, I am. Exhale, more authentic. Big inhale, slow exhale. Few more seeds. Keep planting. Let's inhale slowly. Bring yourself on up. Sit in a comfortable position. Hands to knees or thighs. Tuck the chin. Relax the jaw. Big inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Hands come to heart center. Thumbs towards the heart. Namaste. Awesome work, yogis. Let me know what your word or phrase was in the comments. So just give me an I am and then what your word or phrase is. I'd love to have you guys share that with me. If you like this practice, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to support me in my teaching and my practice and my livelihood, subscribe. So click that button. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section below. See you tomorrow for the last 8th day of planting the seeds of our 8-day spring cleaning series. I'll see you then. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Peace.